That's it. That's good. So let's see.
Good number.
Hey! Good job.
It's the first time I've done this in about a year.
I know. You'll be second hand.
Are we live?
We are
Yes.
live.
Yep.
Okay, I'll
Hello?
go down and take a look and see how it's going. Zach, can I get you to come down and have a look, or are you just gonna keep watching this?
Do you need?
No, you keep on that so you know how to do it, okay? Okay, you guys ready to roll?
It looks like a phantom. The edge is blending in.
Yeah, this is a
Your
problem.
chest is like blended in with the background.
It's fine.
That's fine.
Okay.
But you might have to decide because the chart's broken.
What?
The chart's like,
Easy basic.
Probably got it turned on.
good.
They have it turned on.
Yeah.
Are we ready?
Current.
Alright. Hello Royals and welcome back to Roar TV Live. Things are a little different this year, as you can probably see. We're wearing masks. We haven't done this in quite a while now. Well, yeah. I guess COVID kind of hit and boom, there was no more Roar Live TV, so we're back again in the studio, finally, thankfully, and we all seem to be in good health. And so we wanted to talk about our own personal experiences in live TV.
So our green
Live
screen
TV.
doesn't look very good right now. So we need to change the settings for that. So, yeah, how do we fix this? No, just we'll try to fix it on the fly if we can.
Yeah.
You guys keep going, we're just gonna.
Alright.
So Megan, how did you deal with the lockdown?
I spent a lot of time working on my own music. Not my own music. I don't write, produce, that kind of stuff, but my musical studies. So through the Royal Conservatory of Music, I take piano,
Yeah, that's nice.
voice, and theory lessons, and I work towards completing my theory over the course of the lockdown. And I'm now working towards completing my piano, level 8 piano. So I spent a lot of time doing that.
That's
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
How about
fantastic,
you?
so just keep tweaking that.
Nothing.
That looks
Nothing.
much
What you're
better.
doing.
So we, John figured it out.
Yeah. Like, I know a lot of people have different ways of dealing.
Record that, okay, on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Hi guys, this is Roar TV 2021. Sorry for interrupting you guys, but I just wanted to.
Yeah, it's all good. We're just figuring out the whole setup. It's been a bit of a mess to start off, but we're doing okay. Yeah, I know a lot of people started their own businesses this year. There's a lot of them all over Instagram. And
Well,
yeah.
people don't have much else to do, so it's
yeah,
a good way to deal with the stress, I guess, of
Yeah.
the lockdown and just COVID as a whole.
yeah. Like there's a lot of interesting ones. There's jewelry. I know someone is doing shoe customizations. There's like knitting of hats, blankets, headbands kind of thing. Like there's a lot of stuff out there. And they're like people from our own school. You probably know some of them, whether you actually know that they run a shop or not, but yeah, there's tons of them out there. It's really amazing what people have started coming up with and getting creative with that kind of thing, taking their hobbies to another level. Yeah. Did you develop any hobbies over lockdown?
No, not really. I didn't do anything during the lockdown.
So you just sat around
Pretty
and
much.
did absolutely nothing. You just sat in one spot.
Yeah, pretty much.
No gaming, no.
No, just
No?
just sitting around, you know.
Alright
Just
then.
chilling. Yeah, you know how it is.
Like, what did you do?
Kinda whatever. Sit around.
Okay. I took up 1,000-piece puzzles. It got to the point that I could complete one within a day. An entire 1,000-piece puzzle, which is probably not a good thing, but oh well. I have too many of them now. And then I've also taken to writing my own stuff. I haven't published anything, but I do write a lot, all the time. I don't know. How about you? I know you're taking English this quad.
Yeah.
What kind of writing are you guys doing for that?
You know, just regular English stuff.
Just regular
You know,
English stuff.
Regular monomyths and stuff. You know,
What's a monomyth?
It's an English term. You know.
Yes, but what does it mean?
One myth.
One myth.
Yeah, mono of one myth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is that applied?
Well, every story has the monolith concept around it, which is a series of events that the hero goes through, which pretty much every hero story has it. You know?
So it's kind of like that, the journey in it, how,
Yeah.
like you could
say
take,
that.
oh, 2 examples of books. You could take like, I don't know, 1984 and The Hobbit. They both kind of go
Yeah.
on a journey, although they're different, because one's more of a psychological journey, whereas the other is a physical journey.
Even though like the stories are different, like pretty different, like Hobbits, that 1984, I haven't read it, but it's something else. They both like share that journey. Like there's the hero starts out in an ordinary life. Hobbit, they're just just chilling, and on 1984 they're whatever they're doing in that book. And it goes off, they get a call to adventure, then they refuse to call maybe. They go when they do trials, tasks, they can die like physically or emotionally. Then they return to their life at the end. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can see how that's the monomyth that appears in every story, because it's kind of, it appears in everything.
Yeah.
You can see it in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's interesting. I didn't learn about that this year. Most of my English study this year was focused around propaganda and media and how stuff like that influences our decisions and our world as it is today. And it was really interesting. We also talked a lot about privacy, especially online. And I don't know. It's really interesting to get into, but it's also terrifying.
Yeah.
Because it is so relevant to your own life that you're sitting there and going, what do I do to prevent this? Because
Yeah.
you are always being watched. Not exactly through a camera, but everything you do on your phone, from the apps you open, the searches you type in, what you do on a website, how long you spend on a website, all of that is constantly tracked.
Yeah, what's that?
And you have no control over that.
What's that?
It's scary. Like, there is no privacy when it comes to that kind of thing.
Speaking of privacy, have you ever been pwned? That's what the term is, pwned. It's where your email has been, information has been leaked or whatever. I learned about it, start a contact, right? That.
Oh, yes,
It's
yes.
security thing, yeah. You know that website? You link this a website, but you put your email in, and it checks databases of
Oh,
paste
yeah.
bins or whatever. See if any information about you has been leaked. I did it with mine, and I've been pwned 8 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be interesting. How do you do that?
What?
Check to see if you're pwned.
Oh, you should go to the website. I think it's called haveibeenpwned.com or something. Then
Easy
you can
enough.
just type in your email, and then it just searches through it, see if your email matches anything.
Excuse the class behind us. We need a live sign outside the room.
Yeah.
What soundproof room?
Hang on the glass, yelling.
Oh man. Oh well. Yeah, I don't know. This mic is pretty sensitive as far as I know.
Yes. I bet it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's good to be back in studio after the whole COVID situation.
Yeah.
It's better than
Yeah.
doing everything online.
Yeah,
Because, I mean, while we do have online alternatives for all this kind of stuff, it's a lot better to be in
Yeah,
studio.
'cause you can't do this
Yeah,
online.
yeah,
Can't
and
all gamble,
you're
but-
stuck doing it all by yourself, whereas
Yeah.
Comtech is a much more of a teamwork type class. And I think a lot of people are liking the fact that we're back in person, even if they're not in a class where collaboration is essential. But even just being able to have that more one-on-one with the teacher or classmates, it's familiar, And I think that that's something that's really important right now.
Did you like online or did you prefer in person?
I actually really enjoyed online because you got to know your group of people really well.
Oh, I didn't. I just like not waking up at 5.
Yeah, see, I did the second quadmester online.
Oh, yeah.
The door is open, my apologies. But I did the second quadmester online,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like I had my two classes, one started at 9 a.m. and the other started at 8:30. Or at least the one that started at 9 a.m., we did like a half-hour writing prompt thing, and then we started the call at 9 a.m. And it was so much better to just kind of roll out of bed, have a relaxing morning, and then I just, go back upstairs to my room and do school.
Yeah.
But it was actually really nice because you really got to know the people in your classes, because your class, a lot of classes create their own group chats and whatnot, so then you get to know those people, and you also get to talk with them one-on-one in the class. Like, it is very intimate in the sense that it's just your class. And the other nice thing about it is when you're in the school, like, everybody kind of knows everyone to an extent, so you have like the hierarchy. Well, online there is none of that. Like,
Yeah,
either
it's just like.
yeah, it's
you're-
either
you're
you
there.
participate in class or you don't participate in class, and that's pretty much it.
Mm.
So it was really nice. I did enjoy it. I kind of miss it, but they don't want.
I
But
do.
yeah, they didn't have the courses that I needed for the rest of the year. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, like they have a contact, but it's not this one, and I
You
wanted
know,
this one.
like
Yeah,
The general one?
yeah.
Yeah.
And they didn't have yearbook, which
Mm.
I really wanted to do.
I was gonna take yearbook. I had it like on my thing, but I didn't really do it.
Oh, it's so much fun. I love it.
Yeah, what are you doing yearbook? Cause isn't
Yearbook, we look, edit, and look.
You
We
look.
look
Oh.
at, edit, and take all of the pictures that go into the yearbook. We control what the theme of the yearbook's gonna look like. We develop the cover, the color sequence, any fonts that are used, the layout. So like currently we've discussed what kind of content we're putting in there. I'm pretty sure we've got most to all of that figured out now. But I know there'll be surveys that come out, there'll be things where we'll have other people send in their own photos, people who are online, they'll have an opportunity to send in photos as well. So it's open to everybody, and while we're not accepting those things right now, as far as I know, it will be coming, you'll know about it, we'll make sure you know about it. But we've got like a marketing team who are working on getting advertisers and advertising the book out to the school. We've got people,
Advertisers?
yes, there's advertisements in the yearbook.
Oh, I thought you meant like advertising the yearbook.
We're doing that too.
Oh, I thought you meant.
Yeah. We're doing both.
Okay, I mean.
But
that's
we've got
interesting.
that team, we've got a team of people who are figuring out what we want in the yearbook and how we're gonna get that information, and they'll be the ones to control and manage that. I'm currently part of the team of people who are editing photos to go into the yearbook. We've got people who are writing things up, like small journalist bits, emails, other things that have to be sent out. So we've got this massive class, and we've all got different areas and sections of things going on. But eventually it'll all come together to make the one yearbook. It's kind of stressful right now because we've got 2.5 months to get majority of it done, and then after that, it's just whoever has the time to work on it.
But isn't like that, it's a whole day then, so I guess
It
that's
is a whole
makes it
day.
better.
Yeah, it does help, but it is kind of stressful still.
Yeah, like, yeah,
Yeah, because I know previous years they would work on it in class, but they would often stay after school as well.
Yeah.
So they had weeks upon weeks upon weeks of yearbook. And
Well,
that's,
like 8 more weeks, so.
Yeah. so then it's also tricky because if you don't have the different programs like Photoshop and other such programs, like I use Affinity Photo instead of Photoshop at home. It's basically the same thing, just different brand name. But like if you don't have that kind of access to programs such as that at home, it does make it difficult because everything that you do has to be done in class, which puts a time limit on everything.
Yeah.
But no, yearbook is really fun. It's really, really fun. And it's a course that I would suggest for anybody who's interested in anything from business to photography, design. If you're interested in writing things, interviewing people, like, there's everything and anything in the yearbook class, really. So, yeah. What about you? like, like, what's one of your favorite classes that you've taken this year?
Computer science is pretty cool.
What?
Computer science.
Computer science.
From
I heard
CHD.
feet of science, and
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
what?
For CHD, I gotta make a game in Unity.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah. What else do you do in computer science?
Program with Java, program like robots. We did Lego robots. Get to designing as well. It's pretty cool.
You guys have 3D printers up there, right?
Yeah, we all.
My apologies for the interruption.
Yeah, we have 3D printers. They're pretty cool.
Yeah. So that's, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another course that I'd recommend is music, but obviously
Yeah,
that's for
because-
the musically inclined.
Not even that, it's just a fun course. I failed
Yeah.
that.
Really?
No, I didn't fail, almost failed it. I played the trombone.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
I did
that's
it.
a really, that's a difficult instrument. Great instrument, sounds good, so much fun, but it is difficult and tricky.
Yeah, I did like all the theory work really good, but I just could not play the trombone. I got Fs on all my music exams.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Miss Harris isn't really, like, she marks fairly. She's not
Yeah,
super hard.
I couldn't
and she's
play trombone at
always
all.
there to help, too. It's
Oh.
great. Yeah, Miss Harris isn't really, yeah, I play the French
Alright.
horn,
Yeah.
and so that is a difficult instrument.
Yeah.
Because the
yeah.
mouthpiece is about this big around, and I have that much space
Dude.
to blow air into an instrument about this big.
Mouthpieces
So,
are you know, like all the mouthpieces were in the, you know, yeah. So the trombone and the other one, they have like the same mouthpiece. But
oh, the
so,
sanitization.
Yeah, that
sta-
the
yeah.
sanitization station. They all the mouthpieces are in there, and yeah,
The baritone and trombone.
Yeah, the baritone.
Yeah.
But one was smaller than the other one, so.
Oh, it
my
might have been a euphonium. It's possible.
Don't know what that means.
It's a
but-
baritone, but the mouthpiece instead of being on one side is on the other, and then it's a little
No.
little bit different.
No, like it was the exact same mouthpiece, just slightly smaller to where I don't know exactly what the problem was. It might have been switched, or it just might have been like just a smaller mouthpiece. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't noticeable if you're holding it. Like if you had it in, it would like rattle around. That was
Yeah.
really annoying.
It might have been dented or
Probably.
it just was made weirdly.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Also played the flute. That was
Oh.
not fun. That wasn't
Yeah,
fun.
I
couldn't hold
played
it.
the flute in grade 10 for 2 weeks. It took me, I think, 3 days to get a sound out of it.
Oh, I didn't even read the like. You know how they give you the books. I
Yeah.
didn't read that. I didn't feel like it, so I didn't know. But like I was in the practicing room with my friend, and he was reading it. And he was like, "Oh, by the way, try this to make a sound." I tried it, and it made a sound. So
Yeah.
you gotta like not blow into it. But you gotta blow like onto it.
Yeah, it's
very weird.
yeah, it's a very tricky technique.
Yeah.
But once you get it, you're fine. Like flute players are just phenomenal. They just go boo and they're just off. Like
The one reason why I didn't choose to like stay with the flute was because I couldn't hold it like at all. Like
Yeah.
I would hold you hold it.
yeah. Oh, my arms hurt after a while. You're just like sitting like this.
Yeah.
And you
I couldn't
can't
hold it.
lean, you can't put your arm
It
back.
just felt so awkward.
You're just like, oh, my arms.
Listen.
Yeah, and I also played clarinet. It's a good instrument. I just didn't like the idea of using a reed.
You guys are doing fantastic.
Thank you.
It's lunchtime, so we're gonna take a
Alright.
break. So we're just gonna shut down the